Hey guys, gonna talk about the Flash fall finale, mid-season finale, whatever you want to call it, the Christmas episode called The Present. Full spoilers follow, so if you haven't seen it, there's your warning. All right, The Present, double meaning in that name. I really enjoyed this episode. Jam-packed. There was a lot going on here. Jay Garrick guest star. We got a little Mark Hamill cameo, which I wish we didn't know about beforehand. I think it was a little lesson because it was so brief. I even interviewed Mark Hamill recently, and he said he wished people didn't know he was going to be in the episode, but it was still fun to see. But what I really liked here was kind of figuring out exactly what was going on with Alchemy / Julian. I was hoping they'd do what they did, which is the fact that he was not in control of himself. I mean, look, they even made a meta reference in the episode to the fact that all our friends turn out to be, the villains working against us. And the Flash definitely, even in its relatively brief life, has a formula to it, and the fact that 2 seasons in a row that someone close to them turned out to be the main villain and a speedster was one part of that. So even though, yes, Julian is now close to them, the fact that he's not really a bad guy, that all that time spent of him and Barry working out all their problems and him turning out to be not such a bad guy wasn't wasted. I was very glad to see. And yes, I appreciated having Tom Felton talk about the Philosopher's Stone as a big Potter fan. So yeah, I'm glad that there's something different there, even though Savitar is obviously yet another speedster villain, but he is different. I mean, just the fact that physically he's so huge and seems like much more of a sort of creature, sort of a supernatural presence than Reverse Flash and Zoom, I think, set him apart. Everything in this episode didn't work. I mean, look, Cisco being that gullible and falling for what was going on with the fake brother ghost thing was pretty ridiculous. But in general, I think it did a good job of sort of setting the stage for the second half. I also like the fact that they're using time travel in a different way. I know some people are kind of sick of time travel on this show. I like time travel. You have to kind of think of new ways to use it. And the fact is, Barry has not gone to the future yet. It always was the past. So now the fact that he did get that glimpse, that dark glimpse of the future, and Iris being killed, now he definitely has a goal in the second half of the season to stop that from happening, even though there was this melancholy feeling at the end of what if he couldn't. But I don't know. I have faith in him. I have faith in Barry. So yeah, I liked what it did to set up where they're going to go. Although it is funny to hear once again about sort of future Barry and the fact that Savitar hates him. Again, it is reminiscent of Reverse Flash, but we'll see sort of how they tweak that going forward. So those are my thoughts. I especially liked, like I said here, figuring out that Julian was not a bad guy. I definitely like that they're going down that path. They're staying down that path. What did you think? Let us know in the comments. You can read Jesse Shadeen's full review of this episode at IGN.com. And for plenty more on The Flash and all things DC, and all things DC on the CW, keep it here at IGN.